The Bachelor, Heather Martin shocks Matt James with shocking arrival in white dress during party. Matt James was shocked when a woman he'd never met before showed up to compete for his hand on Monday's episode of The Bachelor. The 29-year-old reality star was conducting a pre-rose ceremony cocktail party when Heather Martin, 25, blazed in wearing what looked like a wedding gown. "Hi," she greeted Matt. "Do you think I could talk to you for a sec?" "Heather?" Matt asked, laughing as he recognized the woman, a contestant on season 23 of The Bachelor and the best friend of former The Bachelorette star Hannah Brown. Hannah, 26, Matt and Matt's best friend Tyler Cameron, 28, had quarantined together during the early days of the coronavirus pandemic. In an apparent coincidence, Tyler himself had been on set that week, paying Matt a visit, too. Matt stared at Heather and asked the woman beside him, Piper James, a 23-year-old graduate student from Happy Valley, Oregon, to give them a few minutes. "Hi," Heather said again, hugging Matt after Piper left. "It's nice to meet you." "What the heck?" Matt asked, looking amused. "What the F?" a furious Piper asked her castmates, calling Heather a random A-girl as she plopped down on a couch. Chelsea Vaughn, 28, a model from Brooklyn, summed up the prevailing mood. "If you're gonna let a new girl come in, or you're gonna give a new girl a rose over some of us that have been here for this long, then you better marry that girl," she said in a confessional. "'Cause the rest of us are gonna be pie-ed." Matt wasn't the only one shocked when Heather showed up at the resort that week. She made a bold entrance by driving to the gates of the Namacolin Resort in Farmington, Pennsylvania, and asking the guard to call show host Chris Harrison, 49. Heather then explained to a bewildered Chris that Hannah had insisted Matt was her perfect match, and she took that seriously. "I couldn't let him get engaged and not meet him, or not try my best," Heather said. "We are in quarantine," Chris reminded her. "And we're pretty far into this." He told Heather he couldn't help her, but he'd take it up the hill and see what he could do. "Just when you think you've seen it all," Chris mused, calling her arrival bizarre. The show had been in tumult all week, beginning with another difficult rose ceremony. Before it even started, Matt had to confront two contestants about their behavior. Yesenia Cruz, 27, a social media marketer from San Antonio, Texas, had accused MJ Snyder, 24, a hairstylist from Hudson, Ohio, of being one of the season's mean girls. MJ had said that some contestants were varsity, while others were JV. She still bristled at the idea that she was anything but kind, claiming her heart was so big and she was trying to unite everyone. But as soon as she left Matt's side, MJ confessed, "I'm gonna keep being a bad bee. This is not gonna shake me at all." Matt decided to let MJ go, which she attributed to Yesenia sabotaging her. Exhausted by the drama, Matt cancelled the evening's cocktail party and went straight to the rose ceremony, which infuriated Serena Chu, 24, a flight attendant from San Francisco. She lashed out at Katie Thurston, 29, a bank marketing manager from Renton, Washington, who'd secretly told Matt about the mean girls days before. Other women, so stressed out by the lack of time to talk to Matt, went outside to scream. The handsome model was the runner-up from Hannah's season of The Bachelorette, and he had been rumored to date her post-show. As Matt and Tyler played pool, Matt said he looked forward to his next one-on-one with Katie. "She's unapologetically herself," he told Tyler. "That's what I like about her." Tyler asked Matt if he saw himself proposing to anyone yet, and Matt said, "I do." When Katie showed up, Matt said they were going to prank Tyler for their date. While Tyler got a massage at the resort's spa, the two of them gave hilarious instructions to his masseuse, an actor. They told her to twist Tyler's nipples, mount him, and roll his back out hard, even calling her mid-massage to hear her rave, "He's even hotter in person." Matt sneaked into the massage room and rubbed oil on Tyler's back until he was busted. Over dinner, Katie told Matt she was there to the end, but he had to confess he didn't have the same feelings for her. Katie took it bravely, wishing him luck and telling him, "I hope you find everything you're looking for." In the limo, she admitted she had already begun imagining a future with him. The remaining women in the house then gathered for a second rose ceremony. Suddenly Heather swanned into their midst, wearing that white beaded gown. "I believe Matt could be my husband. I really do," Heather said privately. "I am ready to meet him, to see if Matt and I could fall in love and be engaged. That's my dream." She had passed at least 2 COVID-19 tests and was ready to go, she affirmed. All of the women were stunned to see her walk in, but Heather bypassed them with a wave and made a beeline for Matt himself. "Heather?" Matt asked, as she strode into the room. In a preview of the next episode, Heather was shown being attacked by the other women, and crying as she swore she had never met people so mean. The Bachelor will return next week on ABC.